Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you, Jeannie.
Yeah, hi, everybody. We are so excited. I am Jeannie Colin, and I am joined by my beautiful client, Mary, and she is all the way in Turkey. And she just completed with me her 3 months of coaching, one-on-one coaching. And I just wanted to share, and she wanted to share too, some of the great transformation and results because it's been really a journey. So, Mary, just tell us a little bit about where you were when we first started. Tell us about where you live and what you do so that they get to know you a little bit better.
Okay. Well, I am a teacher and I have a daughter. She's 8 years old. And during I have to say that I needed help before the pandemic with different things. But during everything, when we were doing at home learning, we were really struggling. And we were struggling with a routine, and um, I was avoiding things. I was avoiding difficult things that needed to get done. And I think that I just had had some negativity, and I knew I needed to change, and I knew that I needed help.
Yeah, and I hear that a lot too with moms, right? Like, so busy. Can any of you guys who are watching this relate, right? Being so busy, avoiding difficult things. And then the pandemic hits, right? And having to figure this all out. None of us, I always say, have been given a handbook of how to juggle, right? So you're full time teaching from home for a long time, and then taking care of your daughter who's also homeschooled. And a lot of people can relate to this. And if you guys didn't know, European restrictions, and it's different obviously in every country. So some strict guidelines, and yeah, it's really challenging. So what were some of what was one of the biggest struggles that you wanted to work with me on for your challenges?
I had a few things that I was struggling with, but mainly I was feeling really bad because my daughter, we struggled with like the screen time,
Mm-hmm.
and um, the here where we were, kids could only go outside for a short time, and every single day I could barely get her out the door because of like issues with the screen time, and we had struggles, we had bad days, and I wanted to change things for my daughter, and I knew that if I could do that, I knew I needed someone to be accountable to, and I knew that I needed help. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the times when moms reach out to me, it's there's so much stress and chaos, and what we really want is just ease and a better connection with our loved ones. I know probably people can relate, right, Mary? Like in the pandemic, relationships, like we're home all the time. It can be a
Hmm.
little bit. It's different. It's a different dynamic now, and it can cause a lot of stress, right? And I know for you too, like you had a lot of personal growth as well. Like this was healing for you, healing with your relationship, right? Yeah, and I
Hmm.
know it also kind of transpired into your work, right? With your confidence and feeling a little bit
Yes.
happier at work too. Yeah, do you feel comfortable sharing about
Yes.
that as well?
Yes. With my work, I would feel sometimes if I made a mistake, I would feel bad, and then I would say, like, oh, what's wrong with me? And then I just had this feeling like I couldn't be successful at my job, and um, there were times where it was really stressful. So I felt like I needed help with maybe confidence at work and confidence with learning from my mistakes. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can help people with this now too, because I struggled really a lot with the negative self-talk. And then, something would happen. I would make it mean, we've talked about like it means this, and I'm making a meaning. And then the meaning is about myself and me personally. I'd feel shame. And then if I made a mistake at work or at home, and then I really resonate to Mary with the what's wrong with me. And it's really painful. And it's really, we're so hard on ourselves. So it's really, yeah, about letting go. It can be a lot easier than we think to let go, because we actually cause a lot of our own stress, right? Because we're so mean to ourselves. And this is really, really common. So thanks for sharing with that. So what were some of the reasons? Let people know too, how you found me, and some of the reasons why you decided that we should work together.
Okay, well, I attended this executive functioning summit, and then I found out about the stress detox. And so I was really into the stress detox because I knew that it could be useful for me.
Oh yeah, so
And
tell them what the stress detox is in case someone's not familiar what that was.
yeah, so the stress detox was a 3-day free event on Facebook, and Jeannie gave a talk every day, and had little there were some different other sessions and just inspiring things that on this Facebook group. So after the first day, I I kind of I really a lot of things that Jeannie said really resonated with me, and I knew that I needed help, and I was kind of thinking of who could help me. And after the first day, after hearing Jeannie and some of the things she said like we need some compassion for ourselves, and she said like we should have high standards for ourselves, and that something things like that. I wanted to work with her, so yeah.
Yeah, and I'd love for you to share kind of where you are now, right? We've been working together 3 months, and yes, of course, it's all international, Zoom technology, like so far away. 11 hours, you guys, time difference, and it works
Mhm.
beautifully. I do mornings and then she does evenings for her. So yeah, so how are things now? What would you say, some of the changes, the shifts?
Yeah. So what I really appreciated um, was that um, I got some real action steps, like real. Jeannie, you held me accountable. So you said, okay, next week you can tell me if you did this or not. Like, so you gave me real steps, and you gave me real concrete tools that I could use with my daughter,
Okay.
and tools that I could use for times where I was having like negative self-talk. And so I really appreciate those tools that you could give me that I can continue to use. And so that was something that was a big change for me. And my relationship with my daughter has improved, and things at work are going well. So
Yeah, I know it
we,
could relate. I could give you some tips
uh,
from school too, right? Since we're both school teachers.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome. So, and how do you feel more in terms of confidence? And do you feel like you have more, yeah, like, do you feel like, how do you feel now, I guess, now that the
Well,
changes?
before I worked with you, I I knew that because of COVID, a lot of people are going through changes, and it was almost like I was ready for a change too. And
Mhm.
it wasn't because of COVID I was having these problems. Like this has been going on long before COVID, and I needed to make changes. And so like I feel good. I feel like um, I am working towards positive change and growth.
Mhm.
And I am definitely doing things that I am letting go of things that cause me stress. And I didn't realize how many things can cause stress for me. Like, for example, if I'm walking home from work and I think, oh, I need to buy this from the store, but do I really need it? And is it going to cause me a little bit of stress? Then maybe I'll do it a different day. So things like that, I know what's good for me at that moment. And also Jeannie encouraged me to do like special time for myself.
Mhm.
And so it wasn't what other people were doing for themselves. It was kind of like what we needed at that moment and to make it what's going to make us feel good. So that was helpful for me.
Oh, awesome. And then finally, just to wrap up, last question, what would you say? I have a lot of people who, this was me, we're in our heads and maybe they thought about reaching out to me and they're not sure, or they're nervous to work with me because sometimes we're stressed. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I don't have money. What would you say to someone who's nervous or doesn't think it'll work for them? What advice would you give them?
I would say that I think, like I said before, if you are thinking that you want to change and you want to grow, and um, I think now is the time. I really think that we have an opportunity because of our situation with the pandemic to really like invest in ourselves, really do some thinking about uh, how we can go forward in life. And I also feel like if we don't take care of ourselves, like they say, like love yourself before you can love other people, but I think that is true. So when I feel like because I took care of myself, I feel like I am more able to care about others and be a better friend, a better teacher, a better mom. And so that's helped me a lot.
Yes, well, I just am so proud of you, Mary. I told you before the call, I'm so proud of you and all the work you've done and all the changes. So I just really want to thank you for doing this work with me, for allowing me to be your guide. Thank you for showing up today and for answering these questions so that we can help others and really spread the message. So thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Thank you.